Good day, my audience at home. Welcome to FEM Global Academy. I'm your regular instructor, Uncle Philip, and the subject has always been marketing. Previously, we considered pricing and said it is what a customer is willing to offer in the market. We talked about forms, the four forms of pricing. We talked about premium. We talked about penetration, economy, and skimming prices. These ones are the strategies businessmen use in the market to get their customers to buy. Today we continue with that same but on a different phase. We looked at the importance of price to a producer. The importance of price to a producer. Now, one of the importance here is raising capital. Or raising revenue. Every businessman out there is out to maximize profit and raise revenue for his business. For any and every continuity in business, what comes to mind is raising of revenue. What is this revenue all about? Generating income. Generating income. Every businessman is happy. He's generating income on a daily basis. And of course, any businessman that is not generating income looks so sad, looking very sorrowful. Why? Because no money is entering the business. And that is why by the end of the year, such as we have now, you discover that most businessmen will leave, a business. They will leave their business to another business entirely, having carry out some inventory. In fact, this season is a season of stock taking, inventory. They want to find out what was our capital at our entry point, and what is the profit we have been able to achieve by this time, and is this business worth going for? Can we change business? So every businessman looked at in business raising of revenue. It is very good for, in fact, for the producer. You have the producer, you have the wholesaler, you have the retailer, even have the consumer before you get to the final consumer. So everyone is doing what we call stock taking this season. And that is why you cannot stop any average businessman from changing a business. So they change from cosmetics to commodity food. Some change from one commodity food to professional store. So this season is a season of thinking on how to diversify into another phase of what business entirely. Now, the other importance of price to a producer is sales. 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 Everybody is selling now. Everybody is selling. If you go to the market now, two major things are involved there. Two major things are involved in the market. And one of it is what? Sales. People are making sales, and while other people are buying. These are the two keys that revolves, the world economy. These are the two keys that revolve the world economy. Even from the days of Abraham, the Bible says, and it was rich in gold. It was rich in gold. Now you hear about Job. They said he was the richest man in all. What were these men doing? They were involving in exchange of goods and services. They were buying and they were selling and they were maximizing. And no wonder why, enemy. See, enemy we have today, they are not the first enemy we're having. When you read Genesis 26, you see where enemies strive with Isaac, and he kept running. And while he was running, he was advancing in business. Jacob was there. He made so much, they made so much money. And when you look at the Bible history, these men were not just carrying the Bible, but these men were involved in what we call livestock. They were involved in selling and they were involved in buying. Now, the next importance that a marketer or a producer considers is what we refer as product value. Product value. Product value is another importance that this man considers so much. Product value. And that is why you discover that in business, every day we are repackaging our products. We are adding more value to what we have. There is no product that is new now in the market. There is no new product in the market. Every product has just been there for a very long time. But now, what are we doing, in business or in market? We are adding value to the existing product. Now, there are experts that are coming into businesses every day. And when they come in, you have the one we refer as nutritionists. They understand what it takes, to help you rebrand your business. They will come, look at the product you have, and the next thing that comes to mind is, we can rebrand this one, we can rebrand this one, we can rebrand the whole other one. And by the time they are giving you this, consultancy idea, by the end of the day, you say, do you mean you can rebrand this product? You say, okay, this one. By the time we rebrand this product, you'll be making millions of naira, in fact, even in 1 year. Now, this man here, I'll be making almost 250,000 naira. And he's hearing this talk that if I help you, next this business, you'll be hitting millions. If I help you do this one, you'll be hitting the other one. And that is why you discover that people leave one job to another job. Why? Because of what their expatriate mind, because of what they have on the inside to help rebrand the world economy. So the product value is one of the importance that this man put into consideration, trying to get what expert to help him what value his product, rebrand. In fact, another word is what rebranding of products. So this man, price is very important to him, because by the time product is being valued again, and tax is being given to the business, of course people will come patronizing. See, today in the world, people are out there, going to patronize, one or two, commodity shop. Now, this season, you can imagine what a ShopRite will be selling all over the world. You can imagine what, any of all these fast food, vendors will be making, all over the world. You can imagine what the, electronics war will be making. You can imagine what people will be making this season. So it's a season of making massive profit. So this man consider this price, as very paramount to him, that by the time I add value to this one, I gain more money. I gain more money. Everyone want to make more money. Now, the next year is what we refer to as corporate image. Corporate image, where when you are fixing your price, in your business, you consider the mind of the customers too. Of course, customers are the kings in the market, as like we have talked previously. So the image of the organization cannot be swept under the rug. So to every businessman, corporate image is very important. And that is why oftentimes you hear them say that the first impression matters. Now, nobody want to hear, I beg, don't mind that man. The price of his items are very high. By the time customer begin to know you with this idea, by the time customer begin to label you this form, everybody is shifting ground. So, a corporate image, you try to project an image. In fact, any businessman there, you are an image maker to the society. By this, we mean you are an image maker. So let your price not be something that people can label you. Don't mind that one. His price is like this, his price is like that. And in fact, it's not as if the price is always very high. It doesn't have a smiling face. See, there are a lot of things that people with either use to send your your business up or to bring it down. So this one becomes one of the major importance to a producer. In spite of what you are producing, very much important. The image of the business, very important. The image of the business, very important. So this man consider the image very, very important, and that is why you discover that even when you go to the bank today, who are the marketers? Now, bank have designed this a way of attracting the attention of the public. You have fine ladies, good looking ladies. They are the one referred to as a marketer. You don't see haggard looking men. You don't see haggard looking women. You don't see people that are of low class in marketing their business. You see, we are projecting the image here. When it comes to marketing, we are projecting the image. So corporate image to a producer is of paramount importance. So he goes for corporate image. Now the next one here is product quality. Product quality. Product quality. Every customer out there, we are interested in quality. Every customer there, we are out of quality. Now, the world has grown so diversified in our economy that some we want to go for quality, while some we want to go for the one we have under mass production, under marketing concept. When we talk about a marketing concept, we mention production concept, and we mention product concept. Now, to the product concept, they go for quality, and the producer, they produce quality. Then when you come to production concept, you have that the people here produce massively, a situation whereby you are 100% sure that people will come and buy, because the price is not as you have in quality. So everybody trooping there to buy their product. So one of the importance in price to a producer is that product quality. So every producer want to produce something quality. If you are looking for something that will attract more value, or that will attract more money, or that will raise more revenue, you consider quality. Now, these men are equally are diversifying, not only going for quality, to some phase they go for quality, while to some area too they go for substandard. Because the issue here is that not everybody will fit into quality. You equally get some persons too that want to go for substandard. You equally have some persons too that want to go to a low quality product. Now, these are the three phase that they put into consideration when you come to product quality. Now, some builder today may not want to get the attention of an expert. They will look for roadside, do it like this and do it like that, and do it the other way. Why? Because plenty money in circulation. But anyone that wants the best, will always look for the attention of the professional. We always want to look for the attention of the professional. There are people going for quality, and there are people that want to go for other ones based on the capital they have at hand. Now, the next one there is prevention of competition. Prevention of competition. Prevention of competition. Where competition is one of the major factors in marketing or in business. Competition is the major factor. Today, like I said before, there is no new product in circulation. There is no new product. So all we are trying to do, in the business world, is to bring in an idea that will put you off from the business. Now, there are most of the sponsored business in the world have disappeared overnight. Why? Because some suffer finance, and some too suffer ideas, and some too cannot stand in the face of competition. So one of the factors that this man consider here is, how do I prevent competition? He want to make provision to prevent it. But the issue here in the war is that everybody, is out there. Now, like, in the medical war, today you discover that hospital is not even able to employ all the doctors. So what will other one do? See, most of them now are carrying bag, knocking at people's houses, telling them I'm a medical doctor. And some are carrying their bags up and down, telling them, I'm a pharmacist. What can I do for you? Is anybody having a running stomach here? See, why? Because competition is everywhere. These, institutions, they have the law guiding them. And by that law guiding them, for instance, I mentioned in the previous time, about citing a pharmaceutical shop. Now, they will, in their law, they said you cannot walk in between 200 feet. So you must, be out of, 200 feet before you can cite your business. Now, students are graduating every year, reading pharmacist, being a pharmacist. Other ones are coming out every day, becoming a medical doctor. Hospital is filled up. Where do we now cite our own? So you now see that competition cannot be ruled out in business world. Everybody is out there. And what are we doing majorly? We are looking at what A is doing, on how I can rebrand what A is doing. And of course, if you don't have this idea of rebranding your business, overnight somebody will come there and take over your business. So as a businessman, as a very good business cartel, you must have the mindset of one, to prevent competition. You must even make a provision on how to manage competition, because competition is there every day. Now we have the one we refer to as a market share. All these ones are provisions producer is putting in place to ensure that this business go places. So the number 7 point here is market share. Now, what are we doing here? We want to make sure that this business, that we talked about segmentation. Now, every producer will want to segment his business. What do you mean by a segmentation? Having multiple outlets. Multiple outlets where people can always go and buy your products. So you are in point A, you are in point B, you are in point C. Okay, now let's say for instance now, Zenith Bank. Zenith Bank in Nigeria, in fact, is all over the federal, 36 state plus FCT. They are everywhere. And you have the marketers everywhere. Now, outside this one too, you can consider, a company is everywhere, not only in Nigeria and in other African countries. What are we doing here? Market share. Now look at Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola in more than 147 countries of the world. They are there. What are we doing? Market share. Now, for instance, so a company like Coca-Cola, the producer here have put into consideration, we want to make sure that we circulate this Coca-Cola around the world. Now, most of the shops you enter today, you enter and you see one big fridge reaching Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola have decided to give this fridge to these people, keep helping us to push this business ahead. Now, the producer, while considering the price, make provisions of what we refer as what market share. Is all about what? Diversifying. Everybody want to diversify. You see, not even only in producer here, in this one a cut across. And that is why today in our churches in the world, you don't have just one church in one particular place, state. No. So when you have a church in point A, you have it in point B. So what are we doing here? We are diversifying. So by market share, we are diversifying, our market. We are diversifying what we are producing. So a producer, one of the importance here is that he makes provision of what we refer as what market share. So in as much as price is being fixed for his business, he makes provision on how to keep expanding it. Just like we talked about advertisement. So by so doing, you are advertising your business. You are advertising your business. All these market strategies, they are already done there. And that is why I kept saying that there is no new thing under the heaven. There is no new thing under the sun. What every one of us is doing today to make money and to make it end meet is to rebrand, work some persons have been involved. Now the next point there, this man makes now one of the importance again is what we call inducement. Inducement. Every producer, whether you're a producer, you're a wholesaler, you're a retailer, maybe a semi-final consumer and a final consumer, you are a businessman. All these strategies come to place. As one of the importance, this one becomes a very good guide to this producer. Inducement. What are you inducing here? You are just putting some forks. It's an act of putting some forks, to get your customer come back. So it is a strategy. So this person here, the producer, he brings what we call inducement, giving you little token. Take this as a takeaway. I write this one off for you. Subsequent one, you'll be hearing about, writing off, giving up discounts. All these ones are in what we refer to as what inducement. Every businessman is looking for a way to deliver, a way to get more profit, a way to maximize, a way to share contact, a way, to share your business, let people know what you're doing. And of course, if people know what you're doing, they will keep coming. And that is why you cannot rule out advertisement in business, because you are diversifying. And in as much as people are coming, in fact, even people who sell land today, like I have said previously, they will tell you, buy two and take one free. Buy two and take one free. Taking one free there is what we refer as inducement. We're helping you to buy. We're trying to prepare you to buy. We're trying to motivate you to buy. All these ones are, what we pass across to people who are in the business school. So we teach you on how to, generate more income to yourself. And of course, every businessman will be happy. More money is dropping. There are some persons now in the main market now, a lot is entering the account. Back, just like that. And they are looking at it, not even only just in main market, all over the world. Even where Dangote, our Oga is. A lot is, even as I'm talking now, a lot is dropping on his, account, every day. And imagine the, the numbers of accounts Oga will be having, and in all these accounts, you'll be getting, the filler from his phone. Money is dropping. And of course, like, some of the scholars, a philosopher, they say Oga only sleep for 4 hours, per day. He only sleep for a 4 hour. That simply means all throughout the night he's busy. He's a busy man. And of course, because he's a busy man, he know what to do. And he's making money. He know what to do and he's making money. And of course, Psalm 24 says, he said the earth is the law and the fullness thereof. This man, is enjoying, the earth is the law. That verse of the Bible that says the earth is the law. He's grabbing every money from every corners of, Nigeria and other African countries of the world. Now, what is his strategy? This, is the strategy. Today, people want to prefer going to depot to buy cement. People today want to go to depot to buy cement. Why? Because when you go to the depot to buy cement, it's cheaper. When you go to the depot to buy cement, it's cheaper. So when you go to the producer, it's cheaper. So everybody is looking for where they can get it cheaper. Okay, now he has advanced into fuel. Now, see, most persons too want to go to his own fuel station to buy fuel. Why? Because he's giving what we call inducement. He's giving what we call, a discount. Now, in number 9, we said this same price helps the producer. Price helps the producer in planning. Now, price helps the producer, in planning and analysis. Like I did mention before, that this season is a season of what refers as what inventory, stock taking. stock analysis, product analysis of all the rise and fall we have experienced in the business. Now, this man put this one into consideration, that this price will help him to do what? To do proper planning, to do proper analysis. That is why by January next month here, in less than 3 weeks from now, people will go into another different business entirely. In fact, as it is now, most persons are selling up their business. They have sold off their business now, because even in their balance sheet, they discover that there is no need to continue with this business. Let's advance. So everyone is advancing, and of course, you can't blame people from Nigeria who want to go to Canada. Why? Because life there is more better. It's more better. The income there is more better. You enjoy good economy there. So the money you generate every season, is meaningful. From there, you can make investment even in Nigeria. Most of them that are out there, they have bought so many properties in Nigeria. Why people who are here, who are in level 15 and 16, some of us cannot even do anything. And that is why people are looking for opportunity to live here. So every businessman, whether you are in a business war or you are in a circular war, price helps you to do proper planning. Could it be that our business was so high that we didn't get more turnout? What do? You will have price analysts. You have price analysts in the war. These men, they are out there. They will tell you on how to maximize profit. And part of maximizing profit is, let's work on our price. Okay, so we do proper analysis, and by the end of the day, this product you are selling for let's say 5,000 naira, madam or oga, by the time you put this product for 3,500, it will go for market. It will sell a market, and even at this price, you still make profit. Over profit is one of the problems we have in the business world, and of course, the expert who understand the business, like I mentioned previously about Northwest, who instead of selling 200 naira like every other first station, decided to be selling 145 that particular year in the country, in Nigeria, where fuel went up. So these men or this cartel understand what planning, analysis, and price is all about. Then we said it helps the producer to do some compare. Now, having plan, the next thing there is to compare. Now, price will help the producer to do what? To compare. And that is why oftentimes you see people, they move from one point to another point. In pretense, they will just come and tell you, please, can I have one plastic cup there? Is it cheap? They looked at your own Coke. Your own is cheap. How much is your own? It says 450 naira. And even while you are sipping this Coke, people are coming in, trooping in. Why? Because you have decided to reduce the profit margin. That 100 naira, let me just remove 50 naira. There is nothing that move in business than what we refer to as what? Quick turnover. So to every businessman, you must do some comparison. Don't just say in your shop, I said it must be 300 naira. Viva detergent must be 300 naira. Whereas some of your counterparts are selling 250. And of course, in the world, you have that women in the market, they will move around the market until they get a price that is what favorable for them. Their umbilical cord is not tied to your own shop. So they will keep moving. If you like squeeze your face today, you are on your own. Is the money in my pocket? Just like today, you have people squeezing face. When people are going to buy, commodity, they didn't branch your shop. See, there are factors that is making us not to branch your shop. It's not because the one selling and is using whatever, but they understand this price strategy. It goes a long way helping every business man. Finally, on this note, you have what to call profitability. just from the word profit. From the word profit. Everybody is out there to make gain. No businessman, want to go out there from morning till night without making gain. And of course, businessmen in the world today prefer to do business. In fact, young men today in the world prefer to do business rather than embarking on secular work, secular job. Why? Because the one you will get from a secular is nothing to write home about. It's nothing to every day you are cracking your head on how to manage yourself. Under 2 weeks of receiving a salary from a secular work, salary have disappeared. Now, our students out there, we are not discouraging you from going to school. Going to school broadens your horizon. It helps you, to even create more business. And that is why, today in our secondary school, government have decided to create this course called marketing. Marketing is in the secondary school today. Then you have in the university, you have what to call entrepreneurship course. Entrepreneurship course. Now, why have government decided to introduce these courses in these schools? The issue there is that by the end of the day, if government is not able to employ you, I met a lady yesterday, who said, I left school for the past 23 years, no job. You can imagine the irony of going to school. We are not discouraging you there. The issue there is, go to school, because why we encourage our children to go to school is that tomorrow we are, hopeful that by tomorrow there will be better, economy. There will be better job out there that, will bring, us to work. So you go to school now. Either you are in secondary school, you can make profit. In fact, from secondary school, you are already an entrepreneur. In secondary school, we will teach you on how to enterprise. What is this enterprise all about? You can sell pure water after school. Engage yourself. Instead of watching a cartoon or while away your time, you can do some other things. What are we doing by so doing? We are trying to maximize profit. We are trying to make profit. We are trying to make sure that each day, long and short, 1,000 naira enters our pocket. Each day, 2 naira enter our pocket. Each day, something is entering your pocket. If every day you are eating what you have, a day will come where you run into what we call a bankruptcy. You have no money anywhere, and by the time you don't have money anywhere, you will become like the prodigal son, who will eventually go and begin to look for how to rattle with swine, rattle with pigs from where they're eating their own. And of course, by the time the owner have decided to sell the whole pigs, I don't know where you will go. And that is why today in the world, people are, have indulged themselves into mischievous, act. Now, we keep encouraging you, go to school, learn these ones, pass your exams, and even as you are reading, you are creating business for yourself. Create business for yourself. You may not be creating any business, but what do? You rebrand. You rebrand other people's business. You rebrand other people's business. And the whole essence of rebranding other people's business is to ensure that even you too, you have your own. Even you too, you have your own. And with all these things we have mentioned here, we're trying to give you an insight on how you can become self-reliance. In fact, one of those goals of education, in the world is to bring about what we refer as self-reliance. Once you become self-reliance by the end of the day. Now, we continue to the next topic. The next topic, which is sales promotion. Sales promotion. Now, sales promotion. There's another word here again now. Here you have sales, and here you have promotion. So, what kind of picture are we trying to create here? That there is a sale that has to go with incentive. So in this case, we said it is an art of making incentive to your customers. You are creating incentive facility for a customer, either for short-term customers or for long-term customers. What we are doing here is to create an atmosphere whereby people can come by. All these ones are what we call business strategy. And that is why, an Igbo man anywhere in the world is doing well. Igbo man anywhere in the world is doing well. Why? Because he understands this, strategy. And of course, you see, there is no Igbo man that have not gone to become one boy. servant to a boss. Every Igbo man have gone through either serving A or serving B or serving XYZ. Now, in serving, what do? You are learning the business. Business, we kept telling people that it's not what you just jump into, you jump into. If you jump into business, you jump out. If you jump into business, you jump out. There is every need to do what? Study business. Go and wear pants slippers, wear slippers, run around in the market. Oga will send you on an errand. Understand how they do things. There is one bird called ostrich. That is the only bird in the world that cannot make a net. Only one bird in the world, in the whole universe. Only one bird in the whole universe that cannot make a net. Why? Each time, this particular bird went to go and learn work. Now, each time the Oga will say, come and let me teach you work. He said, don't worry, I understand the work. Don't worry, I understand the work. So when you see that bird doing, what is the bird saying? You may not understand what the bird is saying. The bird is saying, I understand the work. I understand the work, don't teach me. Or I understand the work, don't teach me. That bird eventually went out to go and make his own net. He was able to bring 2 sticks like this and put rope across it. To do every other one, he didn't even know how to put them in place. But God is so merciful that this same bird, he will sleep on that, 2 stick. Sleep on that 2 stick throughout the night, and sometimes to 4 too, and get up. On that, 2 stick too, he lays egg there too, and hatch it by the end of the day. Some fall, and just that is how the life of that bird is all over the world. So why? Because these birds are decided not to learn. So in business, there are tricks in business. There are tricks in business. If you don't learn, business properly, you may want to eat everything. You may want to eat everything in it. You may not even want to give out incentive. But here we are teaching you today sales promotion. Sales promotion. So when you go out there, people who understand this business, you see them carrying their conflicts. They will tell you, buy 3 and have 1 free. Buy 3 and have 1 free. The act of buying 3 and have 1 free is what we refer as what? Sales promotion. Sales promotion. In fact, sales inducement. If even outside the promotion, you can as well include the sales inducement. What are we trying to do here? We want to induce our customer. We want to prepare them. We want to make sure what we are doing is juicy. Juicy. And of course, if what we are doing is juicy, will you not come back tomorrow? You will keep coming over and over again. When I was much younger, there was this advert in the television called Ajinomoto. Ajinomoto happened to be one of the those spices that the woman put in the soup, and the thing sent where. In fact, every man like good meal, and that is why in the world today they will tell you that the road to a man's heart is through his stomach. So give the man good aroma, good food. You see that man will keep coming. That man will keep coming. And of course, sometimes you don't blame some men. They will leave their wife food and they go outside, because outside there they enjoy good meal. Where we try to encourage those men, you don't need to go outside. You can bring those experts to come and help your wife. Well, thank God for today, Google have made it easy. Tell Google, how can I cook a very good meal for my husband? Google will tell you how to cook very good meal. Google will equally tell you, what to put. Now, all these ones are strategies to, induce your client. And of course, once your client is induced, they will keep coming to buy from you. So now we have the one we call sales promotional tools. Sales promotional tools. Sales promotional tools. So you have the one we refer as what? Sales promotional tools. Tools. Now, these tools, either you call it tools or you call it techniques. Either you call it tools or you call it techniques. We are talking about strategy. Which other strategy can we employ in this our selling business? Which other way can we employ? You don't even wait for your client, your customer, to come and tell you, Mama Kosrachi, anytime we go there to eat, she's doing this, she's doing the other one. Even you too, you can take vacation and visit some places. You can take some leave, visit some places, understand this business, and by the time you understand it, you know how to do it properly. Now, one of these tools, one of it is the one we refer as a price off. Price off. Now, every businessman who understood the business know what we mean by what price off. Now, by price off, we mean reduction. We mean reduction. Reduction. It's obvious, to the person coming to buy for you. I have sampled from different places now. I have touched A, I have touched B, I have touched C, I have touched D, I have touched different points. But this one too appear to be favorable. Every customer out there is looking for a favorable place to shop. Every customer out there is looking for a favorable place to buy. We are all looking for favorable places. Now, like people going to the producer. Okay, you have the wholesaler. Wholesaler has some profit from the producer. The retailer too has some profit from the wholesaler. Then even from the final consumer, those small shop either in wheelbarrow, have some profit too they are making. So if by the end of the day you do not make provision, some businessmen will not want to make provision for you to make profit. And in as much as they are not making provision for you to make profit, well, how will you fix your own price? If you put your price so high, eventually everybody is looking for where they will get it cheaper. And that's why you discover that in economic pricing, everybody is looking for where the item is cheap. Today in the world, people are not looking for food that is looking very juicy. We are all looking for the one that we can eat and become satisfied. There are places out there, you see one is selling a plate of food 3-5. You'll be asking yourself, if I eat 3-5 for a breakfast, what will I eat for lunch? What will I eat for a dinner? Now you keep moving to look for where they are selling maybe 700 naira per plate. And I tell you, if in this road you see where they are selling food 700 naira with one small fish inside, I tell you, before you know it, most of all this area will close up overnight. Why? Because there is what we have discovered somewhere. Price off. Price off. So when you give a customer price off, they will keep coming back to you tomorrow. They will come back over and over again. Why? Because you always give them take away, give away price, give away price. So by price off, you are giving them reduction. You are reducing what you're supposed to be selling. Now you have the one we refer as a salesman competition. You have salesman competition. Now this ending part of the year, you discover that producers, wholesaler, and the rest of them, they are rewarding their salesmen. They are rewarding their salesmen. So each time you see some boys there on bike, either they carry one small bus at their back called a logistic. Now Oga is noting your activities. So by salesman competition, the Oga is noting your competition. Is noting your return. And by the end of the day, A is rewarded from B. And B is rewarded different from C. C is rewarded different from C. Now, if you now have these tools available, if you create these tools available in your business, the higher you go, more money you get. The higher customer you bring, more money you get. Like those marketers in the bank, they are being paid based on how many clients we're able to bring. There's a man in one of our business area there. You don't come to take breakfast not until you make a sale in the shop. You don't come to tell him, Oga, I'm hungry, breakfast. The first question he will ask is, oh boy, what have you said this morning? So if you have made a sale or you are qualified to take breakfast, now this one encourage everybody to work. You want breakfast, you must be out there. And that is why you see when you go to big, areas of business, you see these boys are running up and down. They will tell you how one now we are here, one now we are here. Check this one, check the other one, check the other one. Boys are busy working. Why? Because this businessman have decided to what? Employ this tool. Very strategic tool. Very strategic tool, to make sure he get more, patronage. Okay, so if you are there, you are a salesman and you are just there squeezing your face, looking as if there's no tomorrow, and people first look at your face and they run away, and by the end of the day, nothing is happening. You think that by the end of the day, you have promotion. Now, see, in business, you have part of the tools here, include promotion. We want to promote you. Why are we promoting you? Because we have seen what you have, put in place in the past. See, people are rewarded in different forms in business, but it must be based on how far have you been able to compete in the market. Because we have seen that Okereke is selling more than Okafor, and Okafor is selling more than Okore. What are they doing that is bringing all these sales? Is this a strategy? So one of the tools, that this man, the producer, bring into this place is what we call salesman competition. So when you sell well, you earn well. But when you don't sell well, you don't earn anything. Then number 3 here is free gift. Free gift. Free. See, you don't wait for customers to tell you, madam, they give person discounts. Somebody will tell you, there is no gain in this thing, no. Why are you telling that there is no gain in this thing? We all know there is gain in this business. So you don't just put off that there is no gain. So you must make provision for either pay off, price off, or salesman competition, or free gift. Give us something. Give us something. And of course, if you have this idea in business and you're making it, even if it is sweet, over time, when you go to bank, bank now have decided to, this is it. If you go to bank now, you will lick sweet and you lick tonton. They are all strategies. You may not even get this thing all the time, but now we are trying to rebrand. We are trying to make sure that we employ some different strategy by dropping free gift. Free gift. Free gift is a tool. Is a tool in sales promotion. And by free gift, we're saying we want to induce our customer. By free gift, we want to make them feel happy now. See, look at 2026. It's just few days to 2026. What will make me to come back? What will make me to come back? Or don't you think that Nigerian workers leave Nigerian work and they travel outside the country? If you are doing that well, will they travel out of the country? Most of the Nigerian doctors today, they are in Canada. They are in different African countries. They are in different different parts of the world. And one time Minister of Labor said, if they want to go, let them go. We have enough doctors in Nigeria. And of course, as I'm talking now, most doctors are leaving. Most pharmacists are leaving. Most men are leaving. Even teachers self, they are equally leaving too. Because everyone is looking for what to do as well. Greener pasture. Okay? So you think you are growing when people are leaving your country? When we're supposed to be diversifying, when we're supposed to be increasing in productivity, when we're supposed to be doing well, people are leaving. See, simple sense and common sense will tell you, why are people leaving? People are leaving your shop to another shop to go and buy. Why are they leaving my shop? What is the problem? You can do some sampling. Because even inside this part of the inducement here, we talk about sampling. So oftentimes people go around and sample. And maybe in course of my sampling, somebody is giving me something to test. And you are never giving me anything to test. I want me to come back to you tomorrow. Very difficult for me to return back. Now, the number 4 here is premium offer. Premium offer. Premium offer. What are we doing in premium offer? In premium offer, we are giving you a lower price. We are giving you a price below what other ones are selling. Even when I'm giving you a premium price, I will even be telling you, hey, bros, see, check A, B, C, D. Before you get to the main road, check, the amount they are selling a mimi. Check the amount they are selling this item. Check the amount they are selling this commodity. You will not discover that my own is cheaper. And lo and behold, the man have done his sampling. The man have done, his movement. And he has just discovered that his own is more better. He has just used this one, just like we talked previously. Discriminative price strategy. Discriminative price strategy. These are strategy businessmen do. See, doing well in business is not just having a large heart. No, you just have the right IQ. Just have the right mindset on how to maximize. Because every businessman out there is how to maximize. Now, we'll stop here today. We have considered, importance of price to a producer. We have talked about the importance. And one of the importance, we said, raising revenue, raising income. We want money in business, making good sales, or product value. That is, adding value to your product. By adding value to your product, we mean rebranding. You are rebranding your business. You are thinking of, what can I do? What can I do that will motivate people to, patronize me? Now, gone are those days, in real estate business, where people will come and tell you, I have a land here, I have a building here, and somebody will be carrying somebody to one kind house, that he dog or goat cannot even sleep, and by the end of the day, they get tired. So, but now in the war, client will telling you, can I see the video? So now, if you must be in that business, you must have a very good phone. This is the house, this is the room, this is kitchen, this is bedroom, and you post it. Any client or any prospective client, that looks at it, say, man, I like this one. How much is this one going? You say it's 1.5 million. Even you yourself as a potential client will tell yourself, man, this one is worth it. This one befit it. Okay, when can I make payment? Send me landlord's account. And by the time they're telling you, send me landlord's account, even you too, you're equally happy. Because the next thing, agent, is happy to hear is, send me landlord's account. The next thing that follows after landlord's account is what? My 10%. Give me 10% of 1.5. That is 150,000 naira. So I just say in the day, I just made 150,000 naira. And that is why it's got that today most of these young men will not even want to go and do a government job. You can imagine a aboki that carried me the other day. He say, Oganawa. He say, Oga, I can't do a government job. We dey hear say that they pay on 77,500 naira in a month. He say, God forbid. Say Allah no go gree o. Say he go do. He say this Okada went in the ride here. Say he dey give am, more than 20,000 naira profit per day. Even after you don't buy fuel and you don't repair your machine. I told myself, I say, can you see the nature of Nigerian economy? Can you see the nature of the war economy? That even Aboki himself, he now said he can't even do government job. So we try as much as possible to make sure that our business people can always come by. People can always come by. Come to our teaching today. All over the world. You have that teaching today is almost 97% women. 97% women. You don't even see men there. Men who want to be there? You stay there for morning till night, and by the end of the day, government will give you small stipend. You see men running up and down, hustling, looking for better income. So we talked about prevention of competition. Competitions are everywhere. So you make provision, on how to manage this competition. We talk about inducement. So in business, you can't do without inducement. In the war business, you can't do with what? You can't do without inducement. Now we went further to the next topic where we talked about sales promotion. Now another word for this sales promotion is what we call sales inducement. Another word that you can fit in there is what we call sales incentive. Another word that you can always, a more simpler word again is sales encouragement. So what are you doing? You are giving people encouragement. Give them soft works, make them feel happy. Don't make them look bad or cheap coming to patronize you in your business. Make them feel happy. And that is why in some states in Nigeria, they give them 13 months salary. Now, people want to go to those kind of state too, where by the end of December, you are sure of you receive your December salary, and you receive an additional 1 month free salary. Come. Oh boy. See, even you, if they ask you from A and B, choose where you go and work, will you not go and choose where the thing is juicy? People want to choose where the thing is juicy. Who does not like good thing? Everybody like good thing. Why are Nigerians today living flooding Canada, flooding all these West African countries? Why are they living every day? Because everybody is looking for where life is juicy. Are we all here to just be be eating one food with different names? In Nigeria, we eat one particular food with different names. In the morning, it was a bar. Afternoon is maybe rice with red oil. Evening is maybe akpu with bitter leaf soup. You be telling yourself you have been changing a diet. You didn't change any diet. You have just been going, run and run and run and run. Your mate are eating chicken. You are eating crayfish. So everybody, in the world, including in Nigeria, we want to always go to where the life is juicy. Then, so we said by sales promotion or sales inducement or sales encouragement, we mean helping your client to return back again to business. Now we talk about the tools. The tools, we have mentioned the one we call pay off, price off. Price off. We say by price off, we mean reduce the price. Reduce the price. Don't think that your client or your customer out there, they have not even gone elsewhere. See, today we are very good in going round and round and round, looking for where the thing will be cheaper for us, and everybody want to go and buy from where the thing is cheaper. See, there are some of these transporters that will not enter some fuel station. They will tell you this fuel station, their price is very high, and even their meter too, very 40 meter. There are fuel station across our major road and the major roads in the world that the transporters are aware. They are aware that their pumps are bad. The way they program their system very bad. See, your price is high. 2, your fuel it looks as if fuel is entering. It's ordinary air. Most at times air even enter people's vehicles, not even the products. And by the time you move your car, you see where the thing is. Come, is it not 5,000 naira fuel? But the thing can show here. The thing can show here. And tell me, will you come back to that kind of place tomorrow? Now we talked about salesman competition. It's a very good strategy that helps people to work. If you don't give this man good incentive, nobody, they wouldn't want to bother themselves. But if there's an incentive attached to whatever you are doing, you do it well. You do it well. Just like our fathers and mother. When a wife will cook good food, husbands most at time, he will go out there to buy good suya, and say, honey, I like this your meal. So it cut across, not only for boys in the market. The salesmen, competition cut across. If you do me well, there's one song they used to sing in our secondary school. They say, if you do good, kingdom. Okay? If you don't do good, hellfire. So if you do the right thing, you will have a good life to enjoy. Then we talk about free gifts. Free gifts. This season, people are giving free gifts to their customers. When you go inside the villages, you will see some landlord giving people free water. Go to some area, interiors. You see that people will come and fetch water from morning to night. Landlord say, fetch free water. Imagine 1 week in December from 25th, or let's say from 25th to 31st. Landlord is giving everybody free water. Come, in the coming year, where will you go to fetch a water? Will you not want to go to that land, a man that gave us for 1 good week free water? You want to go and patronize him. So business is all about strategies. Then finally we talk about premium offer. Premium offer. by premium offer, we're using this, ideology to say lower from every other person. In spite of the fact that we have quality goods we're selling. Remember, you are not the only one selling quality goods. And this price tag is not the same anywhere. But people vary, in the prices of their goods just to get the attention of the people. Once again, I want to encourage you, always tune to FEM Global Academy. In short, we are learning because our children, are doing well. Our children are doing well. Most of them are medical doctors today in the world. Most of them are engineers. Most of them, have learned through us. I am very, bold to tell you that, some of my students are barristers out there. Some of my students are medical doctors out there. In fact, I was shocked one day when I went to, Federal Medical Center. One of the Federal Medical Center in this country. And lo and behold, I saw a young girl wearing a lab coat. I was just telling her, tell me, what are you doing here? Are you doing your internship? Because I think I have an idea of internship. The young girl told me, say, Uncle, I'm not doing my internship here. I'm doing my housemanship. I said, my dear, which one is housemanship? He said, housemanship is for doctors. Why internships are for maybe pharmacists and other technicians. I said, I was shocked to my bone that, this man you are seeing here, a child who, went through me, most of them are medical doctors. Some of them are engineers. Even my own personal children, I have engineer, I have doctor, I have, so many of them, doing well. All these ones pass through my idea, which I am selling, to you through this medium, through this channel. I want to encourage you, even in this first period, don't just eat rice all through or play all through. Always be with your phone to ensure you are learning from FEM Global Academy, because it is a right channel, a very good right channel for people to learn. And most of our students who are preparing for WAEC next year, they're already online. And if you're out there, you have a friend, you can share the link to your friend. Let them be learning. Let us, keep subscribing, keep learning. And of course, the more you learn, you see, if you stop learning, you start dying. In the world today, if you stop learning, you start dying. So if you don't want to die, I want to encourage you, always click to FEM Global Academy. Keep learning different, business strategy. It's not only business we talk here. There are, sciences are there, humanities are there, and of course, social science are there, which, is where I belong to. So we will help you to get to the zenith of your life. So once again, it has been your regular instructor, in marketing, Uncle Philip, talking through this channel in FEM Global Academy. So same time, same period, I want you to keep yourself focused. Make sure you are getting every point we're mentioning here. And in as much as I'm lecturing you, ensure you are picking down the point. Pick down the point and pick down the explanation. I tell you, God will help you. You get to the zenith, because all my students today, they are all in the zenith, of their life. And some are dashing me good money. Okay, so you'll be part of my student too, who will be dashing me a money too. So you watch and go to somewhere and say, please send me your account number, and you will send me some, good money. So same time, same period. See you and remain blessed.